everybody! Welcome to Conversations by Water. Today we are coming to you live from Hollywood Beach. My name is Paola Espitia. I'm with Ola'pi Creative and we are at Ocean Alley Restaurant on Hollywood Beach Boardwalk. And today we're with Debra Case. She is the owner of this restaurant, and she also plays a really big role in the city of Hollywood as well, which we'll get to in a little bit. But I'd like to welcome you, Debra, to Conversations by Water. And why don't you give everybody a chance to get to know you a little better? Let us know the story of how you acquired Ocean Alley Restaurant and how this all got started.
It's kind of a fun story.
Perfect.
So it was back in 2000 that I first came to Hollywood Beach, and I was living in the backyard of the building, and we were using this is our entertainment, and I was working a ways away, and I was complaining about, you know, it would be nice to just be right here all the time with the beautiful ocean and the atmosphere of beach style all the time. And so I started working as a bookkeeper here at the Ocean Alley, and I did that for a couple of years and became a partner, and then in 2006 owner. So it was quite a fun time, learning curve in the first restaurant.
Right, you had never been anything in a restaurant business before.
I was in the deli business, but that counts for ordering, so I'm a bookkeeper, so I focused on most of the bookkeeping aspects of the business, ordering, inventorying, all the number stuff. And I got people that really knew about restauranting and salesmanship and the hospitality to take care of the front of the house and build that. The kitchen's pretty stable. We're Italian-style seafood, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Come on out. And so on the Broadwalk, there weren't a lot of businesses then. They were, and it was mostly as you go. It was all mom and pop operation. They were open when they wanted to be open, closed when they wanted to be closed, and the weekends you could probably count on being open, at least 2 meals a day. And so little by little, the community redevelopment agency of the city came in and did some removal of slum and blight and created our beautiful Broadwalk with the pavers, the lighting, made us turtle friendly, you know, and got all involved in, you know, let's try to, you know, make this the best place you can go to. It's like nowhere else, our Hollywood.
It really is. I love Hollywood. When we first moved down here 10 years ago, it was just the best place to hang out because it seemed like it maintained its small, you know, community-like sense in between Fort Lauderdale and Miami Beach. So Hollywood was this nice little nook that seemed like the locals' beach. I love that.
Definitely the locals' beach, and definitely a seasonal beach.
Right.
So if we really could say, you know, we have the slow season and we have the winter season, and have a big difference between the two. But in the past few years, it has grown to be a favorite beach all year long. Cruise ship, then people will come by and stay an extra day, or come back from their cruise and stay another day, you know, and they'll have little day trips, you know, from, we call it staycations. So from one side of town or the state to the other, people come over to Hollywood to check it out. So it's really grown to be a 12-month-a-year business. So
What brought you down here to the beach?
Well, if you're in Florida, you really need to be by the water.
Exactly. I don't understand how people can live inland in the state of Florida. That's tough.
Yeah, and I'm a sailor, and I love to fish, and I like to be on the water. And as a kid growing up, I was always around water, Lake Champlain in Vermont, and you know, always had a rowboat or a powerboat. We always went camping and, you know, did fun stuff outside all the time. And we were very, very particular about going hiking on a mountain and saying, who left that stuff there? Paper, cans, cups, whatever. And so you start seeing signs in the natural forest, that, you know, for the people to bring out what you bring in, you know, and start like that. So that was at a pretty young age that, you know, we started to really have a pulse on, you know, our family. I'm one of 7. So we all did our part, you know, and my parents were very much about the environment and the outside, keeping everything for the future. So when I got down here and, you know, it was the ocean, I got on my sailboat, whenever I'd see anything in the water, I'd be like scraping it up, like plastic bags and, you know, just styrofoam and just things that we just were like, how can people today not have the mindset to say, that's going to be hurting something somewhere, you know? So it became a passion.
Yeah, and what we like to say is that when the water hooks you, we become these unstoppable water warriors because we understand just how beautiful it is that we have this here in our backyard, how lucky we are to have this blue backyard. And so once you get it and you're connected, you're unstoppable. You want to do anything you can to protect the environment. And so Debra is a shining star in the community. She's what we call a wave maker for sure, because Ocean Alley Restaurant is actually Broward County's first ocean-friendly certified restaurant. And we're super proud of you for that. And thank you so much. And so tell the audience here what it is that means and why that's so significant.
So actually it's really cool because what it does, you fill out an application, and the application process actually points out the different things that are things you need to address. And there's quite a long list of it. And you pick out the things that you do, like change from plastic to paper, or you have your to-go containers from styrofoam to boxes, that are protected, and you can actually rinse them out and they can be recycled, so they're not like garbage. Sporks made of bamboo.
I love this.
Love it?
Oh my gosh, look at how neat that is.
And it works.
I love how these feel when you eat from them too. And this is a really neat thing too. So tell us a little bit about this. This was something that we wanted to bring over.
So the beach has a beach cleanup about once a month that the county kicks off, and then other organizations will do it, to help keep the sand clean. And this is 1/2 hour of walking from Monroe Street on the beach to Johnson Street on the beach, and this was what was collected right off the top of the sand. It's just sad. So we need to do our part. It's plastic forks, there's just all kinds of stuff to get this stuff out of our sand. We don't want to just put it under the sand because it doesn't go away. It comes back up as they sift the sand, which they do 3 times a week on our beach. They sift the sand to clear out this. There's a maintenance area that they take all the stuff to. You can get good pictures over there of all the stuff that they're cleaning out.
I'd love to find out about that. That'll be an interesting field trip.
Steve Salaberry, he'll be the top guy to talk to.
Oh, thank you.
So we're trying to educate not just ourselves, but also there's an association of businesses here on Hollywood Beach, and they're very involved in all the changes that have happened through the CRA's adjustments with getting rid of slum and blight. So now it's time for us to say, okay, everybody's had their chance. Now it's time to say, we're ready. We're going to kick it off, and we're going to start making our beach the most environmentally friendly and waterway safety, so that we can start having fish swim around and not get bags, across their faces, and hurt the coral reef and things that are going on under the water.
Yeah, and especially with these kinds of plastic straws, I actually still have people ask about, why is this such a big deal? And it's little things like this that become really easy to fly away, whether they're at a restaurant or out of a truck, for instance. So because they're lightweight, we use them for all of 10, 20 minutes, and so we're using a lot of them. And so it's the overusage, it's the fact that they're lightweight and that they're flying and they're ending up in our waterways and in the bellies and the noses of sea turtles and seabirds here. And we're also starting to see, so this kind of plastic doesn't break down completely. Instead, it turns into these itty bitty little microplastics that we're starting to see in the guts of fish and even in our own seafood. So it really is true that what affects the ocean actually does affect our health. But why don't we find out a little bit more about some of the challenges of becoming an ocean-friendly restaurant?
Right. So one of the first things we did, even before we applied for the ocean-friendly restaurant status, was stop giving you a straw as we serve the drink. So we make it only when you ask. By request only, straws will be available. And if they are asked for, you will get a eco product, 100% compostable, and it's made of plants. So think about that. There are paper, and we are considering looking into all paper, as long as we can find them lasting longer than your drink. Right? Because sometimes they don't make it. The other thing is to start getting rid of your products now, so that you can start converting over to something more friendly. So we did the to-go box, we did the to-go bag, and we've done the no straw except on demand. And the to-go cups are of paper and and these like soup containers and things like that. So we're still, and we also recycle here. So we recycle like everything we can through our city hauler, or our local hauler, and sort out our recyclable products. The unfortunate thing is glass is a problem. So we need to get the state and the people in Tallahassee to start figuring out how we're going to get either bottle redemption or glass recycling back in the swing, and start using those items that we just are throwing in the garbage right now. It's really sad. Really sad.
The neat thing about Debra here is, as I was mentioning, she actually plays a really big role here in the city of Hollywood. She's the vice mayor, and so the fact that you are a leader, you're a restaurant owner, then you became a leader in this initiative is amazing. It's fantastic. But it's also, Hollywood's very lucky to have somebody like you.
Seems kind of like a natural transition.
It does. It's really truly a way to make the city exactly how you want it to be. And can you tell us about some of the problems, why it's harder for some of these other cities in the state of Florida to actually have the option of becoming ocean-friendly restaurant?
The others, well, it's a matter of discipline, really, more than anything. It's a matter of really wanting to say, we all need to make a difference, and committing to recognizing the harm that what we're doing right now is causing to the future for our children and for every future of our world. So the companies, they have to realize there's an additional cost. We need to find vendors that are maybe going to work with us and see if we can do some pilot projects with some, stuff that they make. What if you made a cup that had a straw that was built into it, but that was still stackable, or just try to create ways that it can be more cost effective, because more of us will use it if it's something we need to do, and we really need to do it. We really want to do it. So I know there's like Haagen-Dazs is a franchise, so they have certain requirements that the franchisee is making them follow. So if we all of a sudden say you can't use this size straw and plastic for your frozen drinks, which helps people get through the straw, then they're going to have no straw, and then they're going to have this, so there's got to be some kind of a working relationship with the franchises to also help their businesses to conform to. McDonald's is already on board. They're starting to do things, in their businesses. And I think we need to have the bigger franchises be the leaders and help us small mom and pops, because we have to buy a large amount of inventory for our prices to be at the right price, and we don't all have storage. We don't have the space for it, so we need to make it manageable for, you look around here, what you see is what we have for storage, So I don't want to buy a warehouse with storage just so I can get the price I want. But we need to have everybody working together as a cohesive group to say this makes sense and we want to get it done. And Hollywood we're the third largest city in the county, so we should be a leader on what is going to happen in our future.
Amen to that. That's super, perfectly well said. It's super true. And we have to remember there's a whole reason why we all moved down here, why we moved to the coast. It's because of this amazing blue backyard that we have here, and we're so lucky to have access to these healthy wild waterways. One of the reasons why we initiated these conversations by water is because there's actually research that shows that when we spend time by water, we are happier, we're more creative, we are more focused, and so there's a lot of benefits that go beyond just the ecosystem benefits and the fact that it feeds our economy and our tourism, but it actually really helps to serve our well-being. Mm-hmm. And so everything that these local businesses like Debra's here can offer to promote healthy wild waterways is actually going to be better for everybody involved. It's not just the corals and the fish and the sea turtles that we love so much, but actually for ourselves too. So, one of the things that I'd like to ask people during these interviews is, what matters to you?
Serenity, harmony, all the things that I like to smile. I like to go and be somewhere and be really happy that that these things are flourishing, that our people are all flourishing, our young people are going to flourish. I think I like to pass the torch and say we're going to have this in our generation, but we're going to have something even better in the next generation, and have the world be brought together as a area that doesn't fall apart. We need everything to stay together, but I just think, being in the sunshine and being near the sand and coming to this as my office every day is pretty cool. It makes me very happy. And keeps me young.
I love it. So, as you see, we have a really great time when we come here to Ocean Alley, and now we have an even bigger reason to come because we're all about supporting our ocean-friendly restaurants. And congratulations for getting that first certification under Surfrider. That is so fantastic.
I got 4 out of 10. I'm going to get 10.
Awesome. Oh, great. Well, we're always here to help out. And where can people find you, and where can they follow you?
Well, so we have Facebook, which is Ocean Alley Restaurant and Beach Bar. And we have a great website that has a live web camera that shows the boardwalk and the sand and the ocean and the sky every day, 365 days. If it's not working, send me an email, oceanalley@aol.com. And the website is oceanalley.net, N-E-T, net, fishing net. And catch that rubble.
And if anybody ever wants to come to actually one of the board meetings or be involved on the city level, what can they do?
Well, the city commission meetings where we pass our ordinances and resolutions are done on the first and third Wednesday of every month, except in the summer they have a break. And the Community Redevelopment Agency is another meeting that's at 10 o'clock in the mornings on the first Wednesday of every month. So 1 o'clock for the City Commission meetings. And you can also go on the city's website, hollywoodfl.org. A lot of good stuff to check out there. It talks about many, many things. And one of the greatest things is there's a Help Me Hollywood. So you can put in your little, I've got too much dirt on my, garbage in my sand, and write the note, and it goes to me because I'm the district commissioner for this district, and anybody else in the city departments that can help us get that cleaned up. So it's a really great thing.
And can people also use that app to report anything that needs enforcement? So to report if they see styrofoam at a restaurant?
There's not an app that I'm aware of, unless you know something I don't know. Because I know
there's on a website.
It's a website that, in our website, the Help Me Hollywood is where you can do a lot of the reporting.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's very good. It hits all the departments.
We'll make sure we put the links to all of those down below in the comments. And, we'll be around here for a couple extra minutes. So if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask below, and we'll make sure we get to those. And otherwise, I really hope you all make it over here to Hollywood Boardwalk, to the Ocean Alley restaurant. Come visit Debra. Make sure you don't need a straw. She's not even going to give you one, so don't worry about it.
Or bring your own cup. We'll fill it
Yeah,
up.
exactly. These are great. So again, thank you so much, Debra, for being with us and for sharing your story. And we're super excited that you're leading the way, and you really are a wave maker. So we salute you, and I hope you all enjoyed the episode of Conversations by Water. And until next time, I hope you're making your memories memorable. Go out there and make some waves while you're at it. See you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.